Hello again and welcome back to The Front Row, a minor production of the First Congregational Church in South Pekin, where our intent is to bring snippets from our Sunday morning message into your week. We're looking at three things that can help us to live a more unoffendable life. The first thing we looked at was to realize that the ground is level before the cross, that we are all guilty, all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. Then we talked about a second thing is to understand that it is not our job to call fouls and violations. We are not judge and jury. God is a judge. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Our role on this earth is to live according to His Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, gentleness, and self-control. To love one another, not to judge one another. There's a third element in this portion of Scripture that we read yesterday from 1 Corinthians that I want to look at. And it's just right at the very end when Paul says this: He, the Lord, will bring to light what is hidden in darkness and will expose the motives of men's hearts. Let's be honest. What really drives our anger is our felt sense that we know why they're doing it. We know their motives. This is what they were thinking, and their thinking is wrong. Their actions are one thing, but I really am angry at why they did it. And what Paul is saying here is that those motives are deep, dark secrets within a person's heart. The Psalms tell us that the heart is deceitful above all things. You and I can't understand our own motives, let alone the complex motives of other people. And yet that is so often the basis of our judgment, of our anger, of our offense, is deep in the motives. And if we can release that, if we can appreciate the fact that there is no way, there's absolutely no way. We may think we have a sliver because we understand human nature, or because we understand men, or because we understand women. No, I'm telling you, that is not enough. Our motives are so complex we don't even understand our own. So quit thinking that we can understand the motives of others. If we can do those three things, if we can realize that the ground is level before the cross, that I am just as guilty as the next person at every level of offense. Yes, even when you get into what I'll call the hard sins. And I'm just going to call two of them out: murder and adultery. Jesus said in Matthew chapter 5-7 that if you hate your brother, it's the same as murder. Or that if you lust after another, it's the same as adultery. So Jesus puts it all the same. The ground is level before the cross. Second, it is not your job or my job to call fouls and violations in this life. We're here to love one another. It's God's job to be judge and jury. And thirdly, our motives are so complex, we cannot pretend to know them. Release that. Recognize, be aware of the fact that there is no way that you and I can fully understand the motives of another person, because we can't even understand our own. If we can do those three things, it puts us in a much more humble place, a much better place to be able to release this anger that naturally rises up in us and causes us to feel offended. And it's the release of that anger that allows us to be unoffendable. Thanks for joining us this week. Blessings to you all. Have a fantastic rest of your week. Bye-bye for now.